Hello everybody, so this is the last tutorial on the series of how to import contacts and financial data. So we've imported individuals, couples, and addresses. Now we're going to look at contributions. So let's go through our sheet. We have the first column is our contact ID. This is the unique identifier for each contact from the old system. If I don't have an ID, you could use email, you could use first name, last name, and email. But you know, if you have just a unique ID is the best, or a unique email really is going to be the best. Financial type, you have to have this field. This is required. So you have to write in what it's for. It's a donation, member dues, event fee. And you have a limited amount of options because you can only put in here that which already exists in the CRM. So if I go to the CRM and look at the financial types, I'm going to go to the menu over here and type in financial types. Here we have it. And I could use this as a reference. So the names I have on my column over here have to match either one of these 5 names. So I already did that, it looks good. So now I'm going to go to my payment instrument. This is the same thing. The names, I don't need this field, but I do need to, I think this field is optional, I'm pretty sure. But if not, you could check it out, try without. If not, you'll need to add it. But basically, whatever is in this field has to exist in the CRM as well. So I could use, go to the page to reference it. So I'm going to type in payment and find payment methods. And these are my payment methods that exist in the CRM. If I have something else that I want to add, I could always add, click the add button here. But this is what's available. Then I have my received date. Dates, again, date formats are important. So I'm going to go and format my date. And I'm going to use the classic format that I've been using all this long, which is this type. And then total amount, this is how much money each donation was. Make sure not to have a $sign in here because it will not import the amount correctly. Transaction ID, if I have some kind of transaction ID I want to import. Currency, if I don't need this field. I don't need transaction ID either, and I don't need currency either. Currency is going to default to my default currency in my CRM if I don't import it, but we could leave it as is and see what happens. Receive date is required. Financial type is required so far. Fine. Source. So this is where I'm going to put what the donation was for. It's going to come in as a regular text in the contribution source. And then I need this, which is a contribution status, and just completed all the way through. All of these are completed. And then I have my check numbers for the checks. So the data looks good. I'm going to go ahead and download this as a CSV. And this time, instead of going to contact, import contacts, I'm going to go to contributions, import contributions. I'm going to select my sheet. Okay, here we have it, sample data contributions. First row is a header. We have individuals. These are individual contributions from individuals, not households or organizations. And we're inserting new contribution. We're not updating existing ones. For my date format, I'm going to select the proper date format, which was this format right here, 9/1/2008. I'm going to hit continue. Okay, and here we have it. So over here, I'm going to match it to the external ID because it's not the contact ID. The contact has a new ID in the new system, in the CRM. So I'm using his old ID. So we have to make sure not to select the right option here, very important. Financial type match up correctly, so the payment method, date received as well. Be careful with the date received because you might be put by accident receipt date, but this is the date of the receipt. This is the date was received. All right, so we have that, total amount, transaction ID, currency, contribution source, status, perfect, check number. Everything mapped up correctly except for the first one. I'll save this mapping field, call it contribution import, and hit continue. Everything checks out, the data looks good, so let's go ahead and import. Okay, everything got processed correctly. Let's go to contribution dashboard and see what we have. All right, beautiful. So here we have it, the contributions from the different years, and I could see some contributions below here. Could open the contact, look at the contributions, and we see that this person donated 800 for an event. I have the source, it was a Rainforest Cup Youth Soccer Tournament when I received it, and everything checks out.